Welcome to the Northwestern Externship Program Information Session. My name is Caitlin Weiler, and I work for the Northwestern Alumni Association on the Career, Student, and Young Alumni Engagement Team.
And my name is Eleni Vartelis. I work at the Office of Northwestern Career Advancement, and I sit on the Employer Relations team. We're going to start off by telling you a little bit more about an externship and what that means. So the definition that we're using here is a one-day job shadow program, and that offers students the opportunity to visit an alumni in their place of work and really learn about a specific field that alumni is actually working in. The externship can be typically about 1 day in length. If there may be an opportunity for you to be there a little bit longer, you would just have to work that out with your alum host, but typically these are going to be about 1 day, and you can expect to gain experience by actually physically being in the space and being able to observe and ask great questions to your host while you're actually at their place of work. Who can participate in Next? So that's going to be any Northwestern student that is currently in a degree-seeking program, So that's undergraduate students and graduate students. And again, you do have to be degree-seeking, so it's not currently open to certificate programs. Potential outcomes of Next. So we do want students to be able to really come out with a few different things after having this experience. So being able to really learn about the field, what skills, qualities do you need in order to be successful in that job? You can start to weigh advantages and disadvantages about that career, really think about this is for you and analyze that while you're there. It'll be great because you're already going to be connected to an alumni host and they can potentially be a mentor for you in the field if you really start liking that field. Understanding the company culture, every culture is different depending on where you're going. So you'll get to get a taste of that while you're there for the day. And then also figuring out, what's the best way to get into that industry and maybe company specifically if you really like that. And then just getting some real advice from that alum while you're there about potential internships or jobs in that field. Some examples of past internships. So this is a list that we have that we've handpicked a few opportunities. So you can see there's some diversity there in terms of the industries that are going to be offered. So you have a couple that you can take a look at to see if there's going to be something that's interesting to you. But again, this is just a small portion of what's actually going to be in the system. Application timeline. This is going to open up on November 20th, and you can access it by going on to the mentor.northwestern.edu website, and you'll see a link for Next there, or you can follow this exact link. And then the deadlines is going to be December 6th, so kind of keep in mind that it is about a 2-ish week window, so make sure you're kind of on it if you're interested. We definitely recommend that students apply as soon as possible so that they kind of are right away able to see what's in the system and prepare for that. And then the alumni will begin viewing the applications in mid-December, and then they're ranking them to figure out what's going to be a best fit for them and which students to host, and also potentially decide how many students are going to be able to host if they haven't done that already. In terms of the matching and actually being able to find out who you're going to be with for this experience. So in mid-January, the system is going to match the students with the alumni, and then students are going to be able to log into the system and find out who their exact match is. And then the externship will actually take place between March and May. We see that a lot of students typically do this over spring break. That's a good opportunity because you're not going to be worried about missing class or anything like that. But again, you have through May in case you do want to take a little bit more time and maybe that timeline doesn't work with your alum and kind of figure out a different time that would work for both of you.
All right, so you've obviously already created a profile and begun your registration if you're watching this. So as a reminder, we just want to make sure that you're aware that you've agreed to, when applying to your externships, to go through with the match once you're matched. So if you are matched with a host, you do need to participate in that externship. You're agreed that you will contact your host once matched. You're really leading that relationship. You've also agreed that you will be responsible for all travel and accommodation, so that cost of those expenses is on you. You will also keep host work confidential when applicable. You also have agreed that the university is not liable for injuries that may happen during Next. You also have agreed to complete a survey of Next. This is really helpful for us to make sure we're improving the program every single year. And then finally, you've also agreed to allow any pictures and videos to be posted on the Alumni Association or Career Advancement social media pages. Now, once you are finished with this and answer your questions that come afterwards, so hopefully you're paying attention, you will then be verified by us. And from there, once you're able to get in the system, you can begin searching for externships. What you'll do is you'll see on the left-hand side, we actually wrote right hand, but on the left-hand side, you can begin searching. There is a box that says search. You'll click on that. You can then select criteria for the externship. So you can search by things like industry, location, company, and much more. So you'll see in that drop-down menu that there are a lot of different options. So feel free to look for people who maybe have the same major as you if you want to figure out what people are able to do with your degree background and many other things. Once you do that, you will add the hosts/externships of interest to you to your shortlist. And then you'll go to your application section and decide which opportunities you'd like to apply to and move them to your application list. From there, once you've finished applying, you'll rank them in order of your preference of applications and which opportunities you're most excited for. So number one would be the opportunity that you are absolutely dying to get, and so on and so forth. So in regards to the applications, for each one, you're going to upload a resume with your name and contact information removed. You must remove your name and contact information. We keep everything anonymous, and this is just for your privacy and to make sure that everyone is getting looked at equally. And for each externship, you'll also write a short essay on why you're interested in that opportunity. So make sure you're really customizing those for every single opportunity that you do apply to. You'll also want to make sure that your applications are complete. So make sure that you did upload that resume and you did write that specific resume for that externship. And know that you can apply to up to 8. So we do encourage students to apply to more than one, and your max will be 8. However, you will only be matched with one. From there, once your applications are complete, you'll rank them, as I mentioned, in order of your preference, and then you'll submit them all at once. So make sure that they're all as finished as you would like them to be before hitting submit. Reminder that you must complete and submit the applications by December 6th. So in order to maximize your chance of getting matched, we have a few tips for you. We do want to note that it is not guaranteed. So there usually are some externships where a lot of people apply to it and maybe they can only take on 1 or 2 students. So if you only apply to that one, you're kind of lowering your chance. So the more externships that you do apply to, the better chances you have of being matched. Make sure you consider the details about the externship. So make sure it's a good fit for you, especially in regards to the location. So make sure you're looking at that information correctly before you do decide to officially apply to that opportunity. Make sure that you can get there and that you have a place to stay and can afford to get there. Also, be sure to apply to a variety of companies. You might be surprised what someone with your degree background is doing now, or you might be not sure that you're interested in something, but this is a great opportunity to kind of test the waters and see what different companies or industries you might be interested in. Make sure to do your homework on the company and industry. So do that ahead of time. It can help inform that essay that you're going to write in your application, and it's also a good way to make sure that it's a good fit for your potential externship. As I mentioned before, be sure to customize your short essay. Talk about why you're interested in that company, what you hope to gain from shadowing an alumnus there. And as a reminder again, you can apply to and rank up to 8 externships, but you will only be able to participate in one if you are matched with it. And once again, only apply to opportunities that you'll actually want, because you will have to go to it if you are matched with it, and once again, that you can get to. So you are obligated to attend if you are matched. So please make sure that you're interested in it and that you can get there.
This is an example of what your day might look like. And, as you're communicating with your alum, you can kind of tailor your day. If there's something you're really excited about or something you're hoping to see while you're there, you can communicate that and see if that might be possible in your schedule. But this is just a sample for you to take a look at. So you'll obviously meet with your host and decide on what time you should be arriving. And then maybe you're going to different meetings. Maybe you're meeting with other colleagues to learn about different departments. And then also leaving some time to potentially meet with HR so that you can learn about other opportunities that are available there. So this is what a typical day may look like, and it's typically the whole day, as you can see, between 9 and 5. And these are just some past externship photos that we like to include. So you may be going in a group of about 3 or 4 students, depending on how many that host can take, or it might be one-on-one. We have some really great opportunities in there, so this shows a little bit of that. So once students are matched, they will have to go to training sessions, and we have those all at Norris, which is conveniently located. They'll be in the Lake Room, and you can find more information for that. That will be on Handshake, and you will get a notification of all that. This is just so that you kind of have this on your radar. So that will start the week of January 22nd. Martin Luther King Day is that Monday, so we'll start on that Tuesday. So these are the times that are going to be available for students to attend. Again, students are required to attend these to learn about about what's going to happen in the training session. We'll kind of prepare you for what your day will look like. And then just wanting to students, again, to just make sure they're prepared. We'll have examples of resources that you can take a look at, and then some how you might be able to formulate some good questions to actually ask your host when you're there. If you do have any further questions past what was explained to you so far in this information session, please feel free to contact us. We're happy to answer any questions you may have or any concerns. The email address is next.student@northwestern.edu. Please be sure to email us if you need anything else from us. Thank you.